see if the blue light is still.
Yep.
Doing the job. Okay.
Still have the blue light.
Nice.
Cool.
I think angle. Let's see. Okay, this is the maximum I can go.
All right. Nice. Then I wanted to go back to something you were talking about, if you don't mind, like about the thing about like what the world needs, and also the I was telling you about the
Ikigai.
the ikigai, but also
Then what moves you?
the
Neopets.
no
Yeah,
I was
this
gonna
was
talk
after.
I was gonna talk because we were talking about the remember you said, hey, you're not gonna forget what you're gonna say, and I was like, no.
Salesman. We stop there.
Yeah,
How
but
it's
I've forgotten
difficult
it
to
now.
find people. I think we have a point. Is it possible? One question we got is I think we should note this stuff down. But is it possible to find people to lead projects
Oh,
with the same vision
right.
over the
Okay.
world? Maybe
Now
like
that's an interesting.
ikigai compatibility. Compatible ikigais.
Yeah, because you would have to wonder, like, if they've got the same passion, why didn't they create it the same way you did, right? But that's one of the things I've had. You know, I had to before the Neopets thing in 1999. I was trying to do startups with people,
Okay.
and had a really hard time finding people who wanted to do a startup because people
Startup as a tech business?
Yeah, yeah. Because people were making good money just doing what they were their jobs,
Yeah.
and they didn't necessarily want to do anything extra.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I met those kids, and we made Neopets, and it became super successful. And then I spent 20 years trying to find people to do something again.
When was this? What year?
Like 2000 through 2020.
2020. Oh, 20 years?
20 years.
Neopets is still online, right?
Yeah, still going.
You're not working there anymore?
No.
But
no.
you were there in the start.
Yeah.
In the spark.
Yeah.
And whose mind did this come from?
So what was interesting is, in 1999, I met these kids, these three kids. They were from England.
Kids, you mean like
They were like 19.
19?
I was 29. And I was showing them this.
From England, you said?
Yeah. I was showing them this application I built that was basically virtual creatures that could interact with each other.
Cool.
And they told me, they were like, oh, we've been thinking about making a virtual pet game. I was like, oh, okay. And so they gave me their phone number.
But like, was Poe a thing at that time?
Which one?
Poe.
I haven't heard of Poe.
It's a little stone. I don't know, bread.
Really?
Yeah, in cell phone. But it's like a newer version for Tamagotchi. You
Okay.
remember Tamagotchi?
Yep.
The little one.
Yep. Because that's, in a sense, that's what we
19.
used to tell people. Was it's like Tamagotchi.
Yeah. You use it to explain it.
Exactly.
And I use Neopets to explain my business.
Exactly. That's funny.
This is so funny.
That's cool. I was busy doing some other stuff, but a few weeks later I called them up and we got together and they showed me what they were building. And then I started building a virtual world for it.
Okay.
And then we worked on it for like 6 weeks as a website game, and then we launched it, and then it just took off.
Web-based. How did you launch it in a way that it could
just take off
by itself? Yeah. You didn't market it anyways? I don't know.
We had all met because we were doing work for a web advertising company.
Okay.
You know, web banners, the banner ads. Like you go to a web page and then there's an ad
banners
on the page.
Yeah. Today we call this display. Google Display.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. People live doing free stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
When people do it is using their service for free and clicking the ad, they get money.
paid. Exactly.
They get paid.
So we were all doing work for a company that did that.
Oh,
So we knew how you could make money putting ads up, right? So we just wanted to get lots of people coming to play the game, and we were going to put ads up and make money from that. But we also knew that we could put ads on websites to point people to our website. So we did a little bit of that in the beginning, but the thing that really made it blow up, that really made it take off, was in 1999, there was a website called GeoCities that allowed people to make their own homepage, their own webpage, their own personal webpage where they could talk about themselves or talk about anything they wanted to.
like a blog?
Like a blog, but
like Blogspot, but before Blogspot?
Yeah, and it wasn't just like a blog, it's just like you're typing text in, right?
Yeah.
Your GeoCities, you could use HTML to make a web page about anything you wanted. So you can make a web page about yourself, make a web page about, whatever. Well, it turned out some people made web pages about their pets. And they had lots of people who would come to their page to hear about what was happening with their pet. And some of them had real pets, so they'd have pictures of their pets, but some had fantasy pets, like unicorns and dinosaurs, right?
Yeah.
So we reached out to those people who had their own website about a pet, and they had a lot of followers.
Yeah.
A lot of visitors.
Okay. But it started with a group of like 100 people? 10 people?
I don't know how.
Advertised to, like, you just told them, you can play games. Oh, you can make your pet.
Well, okay, so I don't know how many we reached out to, because the person who was in charge of that, her name was Donna. What she did, and she kind of did this on her own, because the other three of us were busy building it, right? There were two of us programmers, the other one was the artist.
The programmers, artists, the hackers, the hip, no. Oh my God. The hipsters? I think it's the hipsters.
Okay.
And the hustler. The girl
Is that right? Okay.
was the hustler.
It sounds like it then. Yeah, so she went to these people who had visitors, and she told them, "Hey, come check out we made a virtual pet game. Come play, come check it out. Let us know what you think." So these people would come. Remember, the web was only 5 years old at this time.
The web.
The web was only 5 years old in 1999.
The web was, one thing, we are so lucky we are living this.
Oh yeah, that's
huge
amazing.
Change.
It's amazing.
Seeing this in real time. Yeah. Okay.
And the thing that was cool was that we all had worked in professional settings as programmers and artists and stuff.
Yeah.
With companies that were figuring out how to use the web.
Okay.
So we knew all these things. And what we did was we took that knowledge and we made this game. And nobody had done anything like this before. So when these kids who had these blog pages about their pets came and checked out our game, we were like a full-blown game. It was something like, it blew their minds. They loved it.
But the concept was like something, oh, let's try this, or was it like meant to be long term? Because the genius behind Neopets, compared to other stuff that I tested at that time as a kid, I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was your target at that time.
Exactly.
So awesome. It's like an honor for me to be here talking to you.
That's cool.
So awesome. Yeah. And by the way, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys for this.
Thank you for playing it.
Such a nice experience I had with my cousins.
Yeah.
They're gonna watch this and say,
"That's cool."
It can't be.
That's cool.
They showed me Neopets, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah, they found it. I don't know how they found it. I'm gonna ask them afterwards.
Yeah.
But then the genius thing is what everything we found on the internet was like, play the game, okay, sick of it. Next one. Play the game, sick of it.
Yeah.
Next one. Go to another website because I played all the games in this one.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
The channel, TV channel.
Yeah.
Cable TV. Had many games. We played all of them. Half of them were boring. Some were very good, but then we finished.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember we even had note down the codes to continue the phase the next day.
Okay.
This was
Nice.
so nice.
Nice.
I remember this. And then everything was this. Then neopets came. It was like addicting, and
Yeah.
addicting a little bit, but in long term it makes sense
Yeah.
because we could play it today, one game, tomorrow other game, next day other game. We are sick of the first one we have played,
Yeah.
but we have a better reason to keep playing it and play it again.
Yeah.
After to get more points.
Yep.
Then we
And
alternate
you get
between
good
games.
good at some of them.
Alternate between games. Some of us had like favorite games.
Yeah.
My one I think was about a rope.
Okay.
About a rope.
Yeah.
A rope game. I remember barely, but
Well, I will say one of the things that was amazing about it, the other programmer
economy was the genius thing.
was the other programmer, his goal was every day to have a new game. So every day, because they were flash games,
Yeah.
every day, even if it was a dumb little game,
Uh-huh.
he would make it
Different one.
because that way people would come back to see like what's the new game today.
You always have new stuff to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you have enough games,
Mhm.
it's like you don't have to put out as many because now you've got dozens or
Playing,
hundreds, right?
Every new user has at least 10 days playing different games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before they start repeating the first one.
Yeah.
If they don't want to repeat.
And then the thing that was so cool was like, yeah,
But the main point about it, like as a player,
Yeah.
was the economy.
exactly.
Because you made different games sound like they all have the same purpose.
Yeah.
And if you have one other friend playing this, all makes sense. Because they're gonna see how good you are and your pet is.
Yeah.
And I think there was some kind of trade. I remember.
Oh yeah.
You could put them to fight or something like this. The
Yeah.
pets.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Oh, the battle dome.
Battles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the concept was like an economy behind it.
Yeah.
So as kids, we were in a parallel society.
Exactly.
We were playing as civilians. I don't know. As adults, we felt
exactly
in control.
Exactly.
Then comes the what we talk so much in education nowadays that schools need. It's like the protagonism of the student.
Okay.
You need to give him, just as TikTok does, give him the power of choice.
Okay.
He chooses what he watches in TikTok.
Yeah.
He chooses how long he watches.
Yeah.
He chooses what he wants to interact and when he doesn't want to do it.
So they have autonomy. They've got control.
Yeah. So Neopets gave us this, like we feel like we're building something.
Yeah.
And having fun.
Yeah.
And building something, and people are gonna, like, our friends are gonna see this.
Yeah.
It's not something
yeah.
only for us, you know?
Oh right. Right.
This was a social media in a way, if you think. It's a complete gamification.
Yeah. That was the
It's
thing.
the right way to gamificate something in long term.
The thing,
Gamify it.
You're exactly right about the economy being so cool about it, because you had one in the very beginning, you could earn Neo points. Okay. So that's how when we found these people that had the blogs about their pets, and we said, hey, come play it, and hey, here's a referral link. So if you go and post this on your website and your visitors click on it to come to Neopets, when they sign up, you get 200 Neo points.
You get virtual points, and we get new users. We're gonna
and that's what made it grow just like crazy. Genius. We went to these super users who had followers themselves.
Yeah.
We went to them, and then they brought all the people. And once you had enough people, it became like everybody started telling their friends about it.
Yeah, people bring users bring users. We have even a name for this now.
Yeah.
All the startup thing is SaaS is developed, but at that time, this was mind-blowing.
Exactly.
It was like genius because you made something by your understanding how it flows. Yeah. Yeah. That now it's a whole concept. Yeah. Member gets member. Yeah. That's the name now.
Okay. Yeah. And I think that, we even learned, like I said, we had been doing work at that advertising company. Yeah. So we knew how referral links worked.
Oh, yes.
So we knew, hey, you put that
Sure.
in, and now somebody has a reason to try to get someone to come in, and then what was cool, so then that was the main way, and then you would play the games to earn Neo points,
Yes.
and then we created the auctioning system.
Mm.
So now you could go, and if you bought something,
Mm.
you could, because we had some items that were rare, so maybe you didn't want it anymore, you put it up for auction. So now, like you said, you as kids, you were doing things that adults were doing. So back then, eBay was a thing, but kids couldn't do eBay, right? Because they didn't have credit cards. But here on Neopets, they could put things up for auction.
Yep.
They could make money, Neo points. They could buy stuff, and then go ahead.
One thing, accidentally, you taught them a little bit about how the real world out of school works.
Works exactly.
Something school never does.
Yeah. Yep.
For some reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Right? See your
Exactly.
the educational role like being
Yeah.
very useful.
Yeah. The traditional education works a certain way, but it's like in the meantime the world's doing something else. That's a good point.
They prepare students for a world that does not exist. Like
Right. Right.
actually
they're giving
exists, but it's a parallel world, which is like the academy world,
well in a
where they study and do effort for academic points,
yeah.
and just being evaluated from 0 to 10. They don't sum up stuff. The real world, you sum up stuff. You need to manage money, otherwise you're gonna lose it
Yeah.
and go back to zero.
Yeah.
And you need to make the flow work. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the most
Motivation system.
important thing about like the basics of education are giving you the tools, language, basic math, some basic science, um, so you can go out in the world and you can at least interact with people, and then you start getting exposed to different subjects. Like once you get to high school now, you're doing maybe biology, chemistry, physics, and maybe something turns you on. Maybe you're like, oh my God, chemistry, that's the most amazing thing in the world, right? It's exposing you to things, and now it's giving you ideas about maybe what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
And, hopefully something sparks in you, and you're like, that's what I want to do. But
I think this is what school expects.
I think that's one of the roles of school, is to, again, the first level of school is just to give you the basics of language, mathematics, and maybe a little bit of science and social and history, so that you can go out in the world and you can interact with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that you're speaking the same language, as it were. But then it seems like it needs to get to the point where it's like, okay, now we want to show you things that here are the different paths that you can take. So is there something here that excites you? But I think for most people, we're kind of going back to this thing we were talking about earlier. I think for most people, they get through high school and there's still nothing that's excited them. They said they're going like chemistry, who cares? Physics, who cares? Math, who cares? I know how to add. I pay somebody some money.
Yeah.
They give me back the change. They give me the product. That's all I need to know. I've got rent to pay, right? Like I can do that. I don't need to learn calculus. Even in my career as a programmer, I mean, sometimes I use calculus, but for the most part, you don't. So there's a lot of stuff, that seems like maybe it's a waste of time, right?
They go too deep, and they should be giving you like some basic stuff.
Yeah, and maybe like you're saying too, like
and this all this deepness is the word.
Sure, depth, deepness.
All this depth,
Yeah.
is something you're not gonna save in your memory.
Oh, right.
It's almost impossible to save after you do the standardized tests.
Yeah. Forget
It's
it.
all
It's
gone.
out of your head.
It's neuroscience.
Yeah.
Your mind does not keep something that is not interesting, that you didn't exactly use, or something that you didn't exactly need more than once before a sleeping night.
Yeah.
A
No,
night of good sleep. Yeah.
You bring up a good point. It's something I just noticed the other night. So I'm trying to learn something with music, right? and I found this guy on YouTube who's got like about 20 good videos about the blues and the pentatonic scale and stuff.
Hmm.
So I watched
An
one.
influencer, right?
Okay.
He's a music influencer.
Okay. Yeah.
This comes to a concept I can explain afterwards, but it's what I call 5.0 education, which is already
Okay.
happening. Most of the best professionals you're gonna see are not graduated, truly graduated from college or
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
They graduated from YouTube,
Yeah. Yeah.
from
Yeah.
specialists who got what they tried, what they want to get. Like, I want to be the best doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to do doctor, how do you
Like
call it?
pre-med studies and
Pre-med
stuff.
studies, the whole thing, because I need the certificate and I need the practice.
Yeah.
But the successful doctors, the best ones, they have something different.
Okay.
And they become influenced. Some of them become teachers.
Yeah.
I call them 5.0 teachers.
Okay.
But in the digital market, they call it launchers, experts.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, launching experts.
Okay.
Launching formula.
Okay.
You ever heard about it?
No.
It's a marketing strategy to launch these experts. They are influencers. They are authority. They have some results people want to achieve,
Yeah.
and they have a method for this. And then they get it with a marketer,
Yeah.
and they kind of make their own school for making people reach what they got.
Wait, so you're saying this is a thing now
This
that
is
people
a
are
new
doing?
education which is happening like 10 years ago
Yeah.
in US more than this,
Yeah.
but schools doesn't have no idea this is happening. This is making more successful people than schools
Oh,
and university.
so this part of what you're talking about as far as technology changing education and
It's happening out of school.
so okay, I know I was just now talking about this guitar guy,
The guitar guy, yeah.
but what you brought up reminded me there was something I wanted to tell you about. But let me finish with the
The guitar guy.
thing.
Sorry, because it
So,
connects up.
excuse me. So he's got like about 20 videos, and they're about 12 minutes long each.
Okay.
So I watch a video. I'm like, oh my god, that makes sense. So then I'm like, okay, let me go and watch his next video.
Okay.
Right. So I watched like 3 or 4 of his videos, and then I realized after the fourth, like each one, I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. Okay. Then I kind of forgot what I was excited about in the first video.
Yeah.
So this was about 3 or 4 days ago.
Hmm.
So last night I watched the first video again, and I was like, okay, that's right. That's what he was saying. And I was like, okay, I'm not watching any more videos. I'm gonna watch this video every day for about 4 or 5 days. Yeah, until I get it under my belt.
Yeah.
Right. So what was interesting was even though I feel like I'm a thoughtful person about how knowledge and education and stuff works,
Yeah.
I found myself caught up in the oh hey, I watched his video. Oh, he's got another one. Let me watch that one. Just consume, 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 consume because it was there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Thinking that I was going to absorb all of it.
Everything.
But
this
then
is a kind of illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you were talking, what made me bring that up was you had talked about something about how, having to do things over and over.
Yeah.
You have to do them over and over.
Yeah.
So, but it's a hard thing to do in your head to be like, oh, hey, I'm not going to watch that second video until I really feel like I've got the first one down.
Yeah.
Because it's too easy to just say, because you get the dopamine. You
Yeah.
get the dopamine from, I learned another thing. Third video. I learned another thing. And you keep getting those dopamine hits.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you go back and you get that dopamine
Like,
hit from the first one.
New stuff, new stuff, new stuff, new stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, but this is a kind of addiction we get from school too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they give us a lot of stuff
Yeah.
in short amount of time
Oh, right.
for us to remember for a test, and then you're
You
done.
forget. That's what you said. That's what you were talking about. That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I remembered, in high school, you cram, cramming is for a test, where the night before the test,
Yeah.
you got to study,
Last minute studying.
and then you take the test the next day, you do well,
Yeah.
and then you can't remember anything.
Yeah, this happens in Brazil. This happens all over the world. This is
Yeah.
the education system is built for. This is what
Right.
it rewards you to
This is
do.
why the testing, the way it's all set up, is messed up.
That's up. It was genius in the 2.0 industry revolution
Okay.
because it was the
Oh, is that
best we had.
got it? Because
This was the
before that,
best gamification possible at that time with
ah,
paper and a room and
yeah,
physical space
yeah,
and preparing people to go to industries.
right.
But then they just generalize this for every profession, every kind of knowledge, everything, and this kept like the main thing for all, and no one is questioning this enough to make a change anymore because it's
Wow.
like a habit for everybody. It's cultural already.
You reminded me just now of how I learned how to program
Oh.
computers. I was a freshman in high school,
Mm.
and there was a computer programming class, and there were only like 4 of us that took it.
Mm.
And the teacher, he, for the first year, he didn't have a book. He simply typed out the lessons for us
Okay.
and then photocopied them. And those were our lessons where he taught us the basics of programming. But then the second year,
Lesson, you mean
like saying,
text?
yeah, like saying, hey, here's how to write a program.
Okay.
Go ahead and type this into the computer,
Yeah, step by step.
step by step, instructions basically.
And exercise too.
Um, yeah, he didn't have exercises. It was just like, here's how to do it. Here's how to do it.
Here's how it's done.
Exactly. Well, after the first year,
Oh.
he couldn't teach us anymore. So it was, we started off, we learned machine language, assembly language, and basic. And then we learned a programming language called Pascal. And there was a book for that.
Yeah.
And he got us that book, and he just said, figure it out. And
it's all in the book.
Yeah, and we could come to him with questions.
Okay. He
But-
was a he positioned as a mentor.
Yeah, but he didn't have enough. He couldn't teach us how to do Pascal programming. He could, when we came on and said, hey,
program.
yeah, he could program.
He was hired because of his skills of doing this.
Yeah,
But not teaching skills.
exactly.
And
exactly.
the opposite happens too. People are hired by their skills on teaching,
But not.
but they've never done it.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
in Brazil, it's more like this.
Yeah. So the thing I'm now realizing, what was so cool about that environment was that for 3 years we were learning on our own, but we had the support of being able to ask him, for help when we were working on our projects. So it wasn't a standardized. I guess what I'm getting at is it wasn't a standardized. When you talked about how, hey, Education 2.0
Memorize.
was great for the Industrial Revolution for these reasons,
Yeah.
and then they applied it to every subject.
Yeah. Was the best they could do at that time.
But here, like in 1982, 1983, when I was doing this stuff in high school, here we were, all of our other classes were the standardized way of learning, but this computer programming class was just like, it was a laboratory where we were able to just experiment and play around with stuff and learn at our own
practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is good. This is good. We call
Yeah.
this some kind of active methodology.
Okay.
In English, it's only active methods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like students. You start from the point that students are interested.
Yeah.
In it.
Exactly.
So you are just a mentor or a mediator. Maybe?
Yeah.
The
A
middleman
support person
between them and the knowledge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't give them the knowledge. The knowledge is there.
Yeah.
They have access to it.
Yeah.
You just make it easier if they start.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah. You're like, hey,
Give them
you think
guidelines.
about this?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And then that gives them more power and more confidence.
Yeah.
Because they come up with stuff on their own. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can even like think, let's do one project where you focus on front end, you focus on back end, he focuses on server, cloud implementation of this, and he focuses on designing the system, like
Yeah, the architecting.
architecture. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we have a whole team working together, and we can go further
Yeah.
and know how to do this as a team, which is faster, right?
Yeah.
And in the real world, this is how it usually happens.
Yeah.
You guys don't know it yet, but I know because I've been there.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
So go learn, do, and I help you
Yeah.
if you get stuck. Yeah. This is the 3.0 teacher.
Okay.
This is 3.0 education.
That's 3.0. You said
Yeah.
we're at 5.0 now.
Yeah.
Okay. What's
Yeah. The 5.0 I mapped.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I'm not the first one to map it,
Yeah.
but I'm the first one to map it in a different way.
Okay.
And I met the guy this year. I I made an immersion in 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 the author of 4.0 education,
Okay. Got it.
the official author.
Okay.
His name is postdoctor Professor Cassiano Zeferino Carvalho Neto.
Okay.
Like he's the guy
Yeah.
for 4.0 education.
Okay.
And I kind of have a updated version of his theory,
Yeah.
and I brought to him to discuss.
Yeah.
I thought
Is that right?
he would cut my head off and say, "You are too young. You're
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah, yeah.
You cannot say this. I am 45 years studying this topic. You have nothing to add to it." But it was the opposite.
He was cool.
Yeah, because
Nice.
all his life work, I made it to make easier to implement.
Got it.
He mapped it.
That's cool.
I made it easier to implement, and then I add some stuff that can be considered once you have a tool to implement this easier.
Wow. Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it was.
So he was
awesome.
he was happy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we became best friends and business partners
That's pretty cool.
from that. Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Very
It was
cool.
awesome. That's why.
And that's cool that he was open and receptive to it. You know,
Yeah.
like he was a good spirit. Sounds like.
You know Ikigai?
Yeah.
This is the difference between people who are in the Ikigai
Yeah.
and people who are egocentric working.
Okay.
Egocentric is a word?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So some people are working on something because it sounds cool for someone they know, and they want to impress people
Okay.
based on what they got.
Okay.
What they got, like they're doing stuff, but it's not. It's not like it's not what they love exactly. It's not what they're good at. It's not. It's maybe something they can get paid for.
Yeah.
And the connection of each one of these things is it has a name which we use, but we don't usually people don't know the origin.
Okay.
The name actually, the meaning. But if you connect what you can be paid for and what you're good at, you have your profession.
Yeah.
But if you connect only what you love and you are good at, then you have your passion.
Okay. Oh, I saw that in that
You see the
graphic.
side in the
Yeah.
thing?
This is in between those four quadrants.
Yeah. If you connect what you can earn money and you can
What the world needs.
the world needs, then you have your vocation.
Okay.
Is it the word?
Vocation. Yeah.
Vocation. Yeah. And if you connect
What the world needs.
and you like,
What you
you
love.
love,
Yeah.
you have
Mission. That's what it was there.
was there. Yeah,
Yeah.
remember? And then if you get lost in one point that is missing, like when you're working on your mission, you feel like you grow slowly
Okay.
because you're
that's
not
a
the
long.
best at it. And you cannot, and you feel some kind of not prosperity in your life because you can't be very well paid for this,
Oh, interesting.
right?
Okay.
So it goes slower. And then people try to complete this having two jobs, like dividing
Yeah.
into journeys,
Yeah.
two parallel journeys,
Yeah.
where one they do their passion or they do their profession. I mean their mission and their profession.
Yeah.
But if you connect the four dots and find something right in the middle,
Yeah.
then you got your ikigai.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So most people, they're like over in one part, but it takes a lot of effort to like figure out right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Those
Got
who
it.
are in the middle, it's a combination of too many factors that makes them too unique to be copied or to compete with them.
Got it.
Right? It's an unfair advantage. The ikigai is like the most unfair advantage someone can look for
Yeah.
intentionally. And usually, who is in the ikigai? Like this professor,
Yeah.
they can sometimes have some ego involved, but they
Sure.
are open to put
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
beside.
Because the thing is bigger than them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a purpose behind it.
Yeah.
You know, involved. It's a
Yeah.
bigger thing involved.
Exactly.
So he is like in his 60s,
Yeah.
something. He could be thinking about retirement, not working anymore.
Yeah.
Like, but he doesn't even consider this
Right.
because he didn't finish his work.
Yeah.
And when he met, he it was so like it felt like a movie. It was like you are gonna continue
What
I
I'm
have
doing.
started.
Yeah. He's gonna pass it on to you.
This was so crazy.
That's cool.
This was so crazy.
That's
This is
really
why I believe there are people there, but we need like with this not the same ikigai but compatible ikigais.
okay.
This is an evidence I had, but we need to use tech as well to
Mhm.
find them faster.
Okay.
Yeah, marketing is like a bless for this. We are so close for the next best revolution we're gonna get. So close because we have marketing to make people together faster.
Yeah.
These ikigai people.
Yeah.
And I intend to do this starting in schools.
Okay.
Because once I have my game in every school,
Yeah.
I get to give them self knowledge, the ikigai.
Yeah.
I get to connect people with different ikigais from different schools all over the world.
Oh, right. Because now you've got
Help them
these users.
build it, connect,
Yeah.
build something together. I help them make their finances so they can jump for them 9 to 5 job to their dream thing,
Yeah.
to their ikigai,
Yeah.
like without doing something crazy. Like it's
So
a slide jump.
got it.
Soft.
So then, in a sense, this is the starting point for being able to make all the other things go together. Got it.
When I have
And that's
two
where
guys,
you have
I'm
to.
gonna find someone to do this,
Got
all
it.
the projects the world needs.
Yeah.
That's see how big the vision is.
Right.
This
Right.
is the thing. And I thought it was so slow to grow from school to school because school managers they have a limited mindset in
Right.
Brazil. Here I don't know yet
Right.
so much. We can talk more about it maybe. But I thought this was so slow. It could be faster. And then I thought, oh wait, how can I reach students a little bit faster than I'm doing right now,
Mm-hmm.
school by school, B2B sales, right?
Yeah.
Then this is why 5G was invented.
Okay.
5G is a school we are building from scratch.
Yeah.
It's designed from scratch, thinking about the new generation of students who are
Got it.
already in the internet. They're already in TikTok, dived in TikTok, like totally dived
Yeah.
in social media, in games. Some of them in US, especially, they have like high tech computers,
Mm-hmm.
like expensive setups. They have even a room for playing games.
Yeah.
The whole room is around
Yeah.
VR headsets, and you seen this kid?
No.
No, it's like a lot now.
Interesting.
It's rising. Like
It will be exciting if VR does indeed take off.
here in US, it's taking off.
Yeah.
Like every house here around, I can tell you if there is a teenager,
Yeah.
it's gonna have a VR and a setup
Yeah.
for gaming, gamer setup.
Yeah.
We can call it this way.
Yeah.
Like 2 screens and a
Oh yeah.
high computer,
Yeah. High end.
high end computer. Yeah. Like because they have how to afford it. In
Yeah. The
Brazil,
resources.
it's more rare
Yeah.
because not everybody can afford this. But you know what? In public schools, teachers. Oh, this is interesting. You're gonna blow your mind up. Teachers in the pandemics,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this happen. They send a PDF file for students to study through messaging apps like WhatsApp, because every student in Brazil, everyone has WhatsApp,
Okay.
and sometimes kids can get this from their mother's phone.
Okay.
Yeah, and or they have phone. Even public schools, a simple one, but runs WhatsApp very well.
Okay.
They can open a PDF, but they said in pandemics, oh, I don't have tech for this. I don't have Wi-Fi to open your PDF.
An
teacher.
excuse.
Sorry, I can't do my homework. Yeah, and then I made an experiment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Teacher, ask these students, like you have 30 students in one classroom. Okay, ask how many of them have internet access to do it in PDF. Five said they had in
Okay.
public school.
Yeah.
Okay, now ask them what is their Free Fire rank. You know what Free Fire is?
No. It's
Is
a
a
game.
3D game
Yeah.
that runs. It's shooting game.
Yeah.
FPS. No, it's third PS.
Okay.
It's Royal Battle. You know what Royal Battle is? They arrive from the sky in a parachute
Yeah.
in an isle.
Yeah.
They need to survive there.
Okay.
They have no resources, no supply,
Yeah.
and they need first to find supply
Yeah. And then fight.
and then fight each other because there is a storm that is going all around and getting smaller space, and they all get together and they need to fight. The
Wow.
one survivor
Yeah.
is the winner, and then they restart the battle. They get like guns, they get like
Yeah.
food, they get like uh I don't know, paramedics stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, they can help their team. Their teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually two teams.
Got it. So it's a fun game. And so when
Fun.
the teacher asked, what's your ranking, more than 5 kids answered.
Almost like the boys, almost all of them.
Yeah.
Not even one was behind.
And they don't realize they've just been caught lying.
And the girls, they ask, how many followers do you have in TikTok?
Oh, because two different demographics. Boys are playing the games, girls are getting followers.
Usually girls prefer
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah.
Boys prefer
Shooting
Free
shit.
Fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there is an intersection
Yeah.
of these two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but usually many boys have also
Mm-hmm.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Social media is more range. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, because
But
not all of them have a good phone to play Free Fire,
okay.
so they anyways use for TikTok.
Yeah.
And they watch Free Fire videos.
Yeah.
And they watch like complex videos. So, and some of them have even a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Streaming.
Yeah.
In Twitch.
Yeah.
When they're playing Free Fire.
Yeah.
You know, again, it's an MMO game. MMO, not an RPG, but it's
Yeah.
an MMO, massive multiplayer online.
Yep.
It's 3D.
Yeah.
It's real time because you know FPS to shoot a person.
Yeah.
Needs to be very
Instantaneous.
fast response,
Yeah.
right?
Low latency.
Good internet or
Yeah.
very well developed with low internet to work well.
Yeah.
And they have it.
Yeah.
So this set of tech new possibilities,
Yeah.
which is already there, even in the public schools in Brazil.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but like most of them, you get this answer. It's like never seen before, and no one is using this
Right.
to make a huge and fast change in education.
Yeah. No, it seems like so the question that comes up into my mind is then how do you go ahead and how do you gamify education? Because do you end up doing a thing where I remember years ago, this is about this was in 1997. Wow, it's like 26 years ago. I had this idea. I was working on a kids game.
I was 3 years old.
Is that right? I was thinking about how how people have to-do lists and you either write it down on paper and then you cross the things off when you're done with them.
Yeah.
Or you've got them on the computer and you've got a to-do list, right?
Yeah.
Well, there are some people who a to-do list isn't the thing that gets them excited, right? So I thought about a way to make a to-do list like a game. Because for me, when I've got a to-do list and I finish a task and I get to cross it off, that gives me the dopamine, right? When I cross off that item on my to-do list,
Yeah.
I get that little bit of dopamine, and then at the end of the day, when I see that, like, hey, my to-do list that had 8 things on it, I got 5 of them done.
Yeah.
I love looking at that piece of paper
Yeah.
and seeing all the stuff I got done.
Yeah. This is a little gamification.
A little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
So for some people, though, that's not exciting. So I was like, what if you had a to-do list, and now here we are today, not 26 years ago, but back then the idea was when you complete a task,
Yeah.
now you're playing a game where you're gonna shoot something. It's like you're shooting the task. Like you've
Yeah.
got asteroids coming in. You've got to like
You get ammo.
yeah,
Ammo, if I
yeah,
have to say.
yeah. You get ammo, you get
Yeah.
something, but the thing
Some
is
more
basically
ammo.
you destroy the task,
Yeah.
and then now
Yeah.
your task thing is done. But the whole point was just to make like a little bit of game
Yeah.
activity.
Someone has done this.
Is that right?
Yeah. In my research,
Yeah,
I found before creating something,
yeah.
I look after
Everything.
it was available.
Yeah.
And one of the ones I found was Habitica. Habitica.
Habitica.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a what can I call a pixel art
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
You can get items to him with money and
Yeah.
experience. You get experience, get levels.
Okay.
You can fight them, and you have a checklist. And when you check the checklist, you get stuff.
Is that right?
And when you check some addiction you have, you lose points. Something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This sounds very interesting for me, and I tested and I showed some other people, and they say, "Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Fun.
Yeah, it's crazy. So nice idea." And then I asked them, "How long did you use it?" 3 days.
Uh,
They give up because it's
because the
too.
novelty wears off.
Cause, no, actually, yeah, it's something new. It's fun, but then they start checking, and then uh, I am doing this. Like, they control their punctuation. Punctuation.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone else needs to do this for the game to be a
Exciting.
system. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
interesting. Yeah.
it must feel like a metaverse.
Okay.
This is one of my discoveries. I
Yeah.
mapped everything and understood why they didn't work.
Okay.
Another thing that worked for education was Kahoot. You heard about it? Yeah, in classrooms, it's only for class. The teacher throws a question on the board,
Yeah.
and people use the cell phone to answer the question, and they have limited time, and then get a rank real time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then celebrate. Woo! One class, I was the winner.
Yeah.
Next class, they can do it again, again, and again. And the fourth class, no one,
Oh, no one cared.
no one cared anymore. Yeah, it's like, oh, again this, and it's time based, and it's just for
Whoa.
testing. You don't learn from it,
Interesting.
and it's not a game. It's all about education.
Right. Like
You
that's
know?
the thing. Yeah, because I worked
It's
on some edutainment
entertainment
stuff
yeah,
back in the 90s.
cool.
Yeah. Like Math Blaster. I think that
Mm.
kids had fun with that.
Cool. But how how do you differ edutainment from educational game? Do you see a difference?
I never got that into it. What I
Mhm.
just know was that we built, this is back in the days of CD-ROMs, but we built CD-ROM games where basically kids were learning by playing games.
Yeah.
Like we taught kids how to manage their diabetes.
So it's
By
educational
using
game. If they don't learn nothing, they don't get to play it, right? If they don't try to exercise some learning,
Right, right. Like they would
some
advance
subject.
better
Yeah.
if they learned.
Okay. I'll bring you one of my secrets.
Yeah.
If I wasn't in my ikigai, if whatever I'm doing was not for purpose, I would never say this in a way
Okay.
people could access.
Yeah.
But never mind.
Yeah.
Well, I bring it
Right.
anyways because I want people to do it.
Right.
If I see a competitor doing this the right
You'll
way,
be happy.
I'm gonna join him.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Or maybe I'm gonna just abandon my project and say, "You are better than me to do this."
Yeah.
I can do something else.
Exactly.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Someone is doing it.
Cross something off my list.
Right.
Yeah.
I can do other projects that no one is doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
Exactly.
see, this is the difference between ikigai. But coming back to the point, the secret I found out in my research that none of the others were doing is make a fun game only just all about fun.
That's got to be the point.
Yeah. Only about fun, and it can be even killing people.
Yeah.
This is something that is a little bit challenging for schools.
Sure.
Because schools will never
Right.
accept this kind of stuff.
Right. Especially if
This
you're
is-
shooting people.
Yeah. But do you agree that if schools don't use this in their favor, it's always gonna be like if you ask the students, 90% of them play Free Fire. It's shooting people. And GTA, most famous
Right.
game in the world, GTA. There's no way you can run away from this kind of stuff. It's a human behavior.
Right.
If this is what works, we are gonna use this for the good. Because if you don't use for is it for the good, it's gonna be used for the bad, or it's gonna be used with no purpose, which can be even worse.
No,
That's why
that's an
people
interesting one.
get depressed using Instagram. Instagram is also a problem because it has no purpose. The purpose is just making profit.
Yeah.
So we need to make something as powerful as the profit ones, but with a second intention very far away but connected.
Yeah.
See?
The education part.
Yeah, the education
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would even make a
No, that's a good
non-profit
point.
to run this or whatever it takes
Yeah.
to make this happen, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know yet what is the best way. I need more people
Yeah.
thinking about it with
No, that's
me.
interesting. That's
Otherwise, I'm
interesting.
gonna get crazy
Yeah.
thinking alone.
Um,
Yeah, that's the thing.
one of the things I just realized, it's probably getting close to when I need to get up there and
Yeah,
start
yeah, of
busking and stuff
course.
like that.
I'm not even
Uh,
sure we still get memory.
oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Do you want to check?
let me check. Oh, we are good. We're fine.
Nice.
Nice.
So, can we actually switch gears?
Um,
Switch gears a little bit? Change
gears?
subject?
Yes, yes, sure.
So,
This is natural. Again,
okay.
I
So
brought
one of the
something just
things
so
I
you not to get
realized,
lost.
one of the things I realized was, and I started to tell you this,
Yes.
but you were,
Yeah, I think I'm not talking too much. Sorry.
no, it's okay.
Mm,
The, let me see if I can find it. Oh, well, anyway, I don't need to show you a picture. So the thing is,
Hmm.
about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I had this realization that all these kids that played Neopets as kids are adults now.
Now,
Yes.
yeah,
And
this is so
I've
nostalgic for them.
yeah, I was thinking about how it would be neat. Like one of the things I want to do is travel around and interview people who use Neopets as kids, find out if it influenced them, in a positive way or negative. But what, I had like a few questions I wanted to ask people. So can I ask you?
Of course. Of
Okay.
course. Please do it.
So one of the things I was wondering was, do you remember what kind of pet you had? Because we had different species. Like we had things like dinosaurs, and we had like cats, and like we had things called like Scorchios or things like this.
You don't remember?
No?
No, it's been a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Maybe I still have it.
Yeah?
Neopets. Oh, you have a data to some data you think you could route? I could route from my cell phone, but I'm using it for the
Here,
video.
if you want to, you can just go.
I hear some noise.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Never heard. Do you guys have here Xfinity in LA?
Here, let's see.
Oh, before we finish, remember us to make like at least you make a full introduction, like
Oh, okay.
do a 360 of everything you have done or all that. Because
Okay.
I interrupt you, I get like excited, and then sometimes we don't finish
Okay, there's the
your
password
story.
there where the lock is.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like D4.
What's the name of the?
Oh, it's called Verizon RC.
RC. Cool. Maybe I should buy one.
And then that is the password where the lock is D4.
Oh, I think I got it. Yes. Do you have other questions you're gonna do? So we can start. I can start trying to answer
Okay, so
them first while I do it. Because this one I really don't remember
yeah,
the answer.
okay. Then the other one was did
Keep
uh,
checking.
yeah, overall did it have a positive influence in your life?
Yeah, I just realized it had because it was the first system, economy system
Okay.
I had contact with,
Yeah. Okay.
which I could influence.
Oh,
Being young,
being
even though
part
I
of it.
was young, yeah,
How old were you about?
probably like then between.
Okay.
When was it from? I think I exited when it was just starting,
Okay.
or maybe 1 or 2 years after.
Yeah.
When was this?
1999,
1999.
2000.
1999. I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
Probably was in 2002 or three
Okay.
when we had a computer,
Okay.
decent computer and internet
Yeah. Yeah.
in Brazil,
Yeah.
which is a little bit later. So it was probably I was probably 10, 11.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very
I
cool.
guess.
Got it.
And I accessed it in my cousin's house because they had a little bit more
Oh, really?
better computers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and uh, I remember each one had like a different game,
Okay. Yeah.
like more different game,
Yeah.
which is something nowadays I discovered has a lot to do with one concept, which is motivational design.
Okay.
Yeah, because different people they are totally into some different stuff,
Right.
but there is a pattern for different programs.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
That's kind of interesting.
it is. It is. Everything that touches this subject, I kind of dive deep
Yeah.
at some point.
That's cool. The
Interest.
let's see. Okay. So what was the pet? Um, yeah. If you can find out the pet, that'd be cool. Had a positive influence. Okay. The I know one of the things I've seen over the years, people talk about, I'll see people say, like, oh, I became a computer programmer because I learned how to do HTML programming on Neopets. Did
Mhm.
anything you learned on Neopets influence what you became? Uh, or what would you say you've become? Like, what's your career now?
Something I learned in new pads.
Well, first, what is your profession right now? If you had to put a label on what you do for a
Yeah,
living right now.
yeah. I would say I have like three
Okay.
things.
Yeah.
I'm a financial educator.
Okay.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm also a social impact uh, scale up entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, and I think I, I can also say I'm a education researcher
Okay. Okay.
and game developer
Okay.
for sure.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Um, so out of your profession or list of professions, yeah, did your experience with Neopets, did you anything you learned there help
Mm.
you with that? And one thing that comes out is like the first thing you said was um, financial something advisor
Financial
or financial
educator.
educator.
More like educator.
Um, but one of the things you mentioned was the economy in Neopets was
Yeah,
fascinating. So, is there a connection maybe between those two things? Your exposure
probably,
to it, and
probably.
and like you said, being able to influence that
Yeah,
economy, be a part of it.
yeah, yeah. Because this was my first contact with it. So before Neopets, I probably wasn't familiar to the concept of having some kind of point that I can use to do stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So this was like first contact. Afterwards, I have some other games that probably enhanced it,
yeah.
like Ragnarok, the one I played the most, like the
Okay,
longest time.
yeah.
It's MMORPG, you know it?
Nope.
Ragnarok Online.
Okay,
It's a well advanced RPG for that time.
okay,
Korean with Nordic history,
okay.
Korean developed.
Yeah,
Um, and but I think this was my first contact. Probably the time I realized this concept of gathering, like accumulating points to
Oh yeah.
use in some
Wealth,
point, wealth, might have influenced me
resources.
in some way
Yeah.
very early to see this concept as something interesting, like
Yeah.
make me feel powerful,
Okay.
something I can control.
Yeah.
It's like the power is not in the hand of third people, you know?
Right.
It's not someone else who controls how much I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Because
It was up
most
to
people
you.
have this mindset. They think, oh, I need to work to someone who pays very well,
Yeah.
so they pay me well. When they don't pay me
Uh,
well, it's their fault. My life is awful.
right.
Okay? And the government, let me try to get something from the government. That like,
Yeah.
see, or maybe try to sue them so I can get money out of them
Yeah.
because they are not doing, they're not
Again,
giving me a living.
they don't want to be autonomous.
Yeah, they see their
What's it called? Agency.
agency. Is an
Agency is where it's like you are taking control of your life and your situation.
Yeah,
Agency.
yeah, probably
Some
new.
people don't want that.
Yeah,
They
probably
want,
neopets was the first situation, first thing I had contact that I I could see other picture.
yeah.
Because school doesn't give you any simulation of real life in terms of having control of your own life.
Yeah.
They set your schedule.
Yeah.
You don't choose your schedule. They set what you're gonna learn.
Right. No
They said
agency.
what teachers you're gonna have. They decided for you.
Yeah, that's
Right?
right.
What time you're gonna wake up,
Yeah.
if you're getting to class or not because you're late, or all this kind of
No,
stuff.
and that's interesting how it
See?
goes. Yeah, this reminds me of something you said a little bit ago about how, and I don't know exactly, so I'll just say it, but the fact that you chose when you were at your cousin's place to get on the computer
Yeah.
and first create an account
Yeah.
and then start playing the games. That was you choosing to spend your time that way. So
Yeah.
you had complete agency.
Yeah, at that time, yeah. I had free time, not much fun stuff to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And they too, they had free time. Their parents wanted them to go outside, play
Yeah, yeah,
ball with the
yeah,
ball and all
exactly.
that. But this was boring and repetitive, and there was no one to
Uh,
play with.
yeah.
Just us three would not be always.
Oh, there wasn't like neighborhood kids to play with and stuff
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was a building.
Got it.
It's not safe to go outside,
Right.
so we had only in Brazil only a small
Oh,
space to play.
really?
It's not fun. We
Yeah.
go 2-3 times a week and
Right. And then on Neopets you had forums so you could chat with people.
yeah, I don't remember if we used this.
Okay.
Probably we didn't like reading anything at that
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Just ignore every text.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the games and the economy
Yeah,
stuff.
playing games, getting points, and
Yeah.
using the points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the sense. I think the most important thing is the sense of you do something, you get something, and you do something else, you get something different. This
Mm.
game pays more than this other one. So we get
Uh,
motivated to play games we don't like that much because
yeah.
they pay more points.
Oh,
See,
got it.
it's a kind of discipline
Yeah. Yeah, like,
based on
oh, hey,
rewards.
maybe becoming a plumber is a good idea because it pays more, but it's not as good, not
Yeah,
as fun work.
and then we alternated what we like the most, what pays more.
Right.
Ikigai introduction.
Interesting.
See,
Interesting.
in a
Okay.
way,
Yeah.
yeah. And then yeah, wow, that's an
That
insight
is kind of
actually.
interesting. Yeah.
I didn't realize this. We missed. Oh, there are games that we are better at as
Yeah.
well.
True.
We don't like them the most, but we win more.
Oh, so you're saying
Right?
if you replace the thing with game, it could be that there's a whole
We
thing
can
there.
find the Ikigai with games.
That's
Oh,
interesting.
crazy.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
one. Yeah. You can
And
think on that one.
yeah, wow, that's an insight. And only the right side is, I think it's gonna be harder to find through game, which is
Is what the world
what the
needs.
world needs.
But who knows? I mean, that might be the big jump that like makes something click.
Yeah, yeah. Next,
Don't know what that looks like.
oh my god, we just found a way to insert Ikigai into Skoking or whatever thing we can do. Nice, because I found a way to do this. See, Liber.
Okay, what's that
This
one?
is a finance method,
Okay.
but it's simplified, visual.
Yeah.
totally visual. For people who hate math, hate finances, are traumatized with it,
Yeah.
they see this and say, I want to play it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
That's
if
cool.
they play it, they learn the basics they need to
Function.
manage their finances.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
That's cool.
That's a thing.
Very cool.
And it's finance gamified. And
Nice.
it also comes here, ikigai, because when you find your ikigai, your finances go way faster.
Okay.
Like, it's a boost. The best boost you can have for your finances is finding your purpose in life, self-knowledge.
Yeah.
Because every asset is a genius idea or is a stupid idea depending on what you want for your life.
Yeah.
What is the lifestyle you're looking for?
Yeah.
This is a thing. This is what people don't get. They go search on the internet, I want to get rich, and then they say invest. Invest. Okay, what is giving more money, paying more money? Crypto. Because it's
Right.
1,000 okay?
Yeah.
Right? Rise. Okay, let's do crypto. Based on what? What's paying more money?
Yeah.
So they trust someone, or maybe they start slow, they lose, they get anxious about money, they have no purpose, and then they win some money. What do they do with this money they won? No purpose for it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even feel like you got something, because it's not.
Yeah, it's an empty reward.
Yeah, empty reward, and it's not long term. It's like a little win. It's not gonna even make sense in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, the long term thing, you mentioned that earlier too. That some things they work short term, but after a few days, it's like, tired of it.
Yeah, this is you said a word when people study for the test.
Cram.
Yeah.
Cram. CRAM.
Yeah,
Cram.
cramming. Yeah. This is the cramming mindset.
Yeah.
It's like addiction school creates on us.
Yeah.
And it's not how the real world and the real success people do.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah. Okay, going back to it.
Yeah.
So with the Neopets thing, were you able to log in?
Oh yeah. I need to record passwords. I was even recording the screen so I could make sure. This is gonna take some time.
Okay.
Do you think
maybe
I can
what
do
you
this
do
in
is send it to me.
online?
Yes, send it to me later.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
I can record a video showing you my account.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. That sounds
if
cool.
I remember something about it, which I'm not sure, I'm
Okay.
gonna remember.
Yeah.
Because it's probably changed a lot.
Okay.
Since then.
Oh yeah.
Like visual games, new games.
Well, I think they've even moved away from like anything going on the web. I think it's now like an app. I think.
I'm gonna play it again.
Okay.
Now I'm feeling nostalgic.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
So one of the things, I think that's all the questions about the Neopets thing, but I did want to summarize. One of the things that does sound neat is what I think you said it a couple of times. The thing that was neat was it allowed you as kids to do things that adults were doing.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to wait until you became an adult
Yeah.
to try this stuff out.
The first opportunity I had to manage my own stuff.
Yeah. You got to do it.
Probably
Yeah.
Much.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
Is so awesome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
We met before in another way.
Yeah.
Purpose.
Exactly. Probably.
Your impact reached me.
Yeah. There you go.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And tell me more about your story. Is there something more about Neopets that you would like to add, the experience you had, or some other business or
No, I think just the probably with Neopets we're probably good.
What was the first business you started, or the first?
It was the first one that went anywhere.
Hmm?
It was the first one that went anywhere, that became successful.
Okay, before Neopets, what have you tried? This is interesting. Too.
I just at that point I'd just been new to like trying startups, and we did some friends and we did a startup just where we would build websites for people. So it wasn't really like a big one. It was the first step, and then Neopets was the second thing. So before that, yeah, it was mainly just doing
And the main point was about building something cool, or was about earning money from it, or was about
with
internet is
neopets.
cool. Yeah,
Um,
tech is nice. Feels
definitely,
nice.
it was definitely we all wanted to make money from it.
Okay,
Like that was
first
because
motivation. Let's make money out of this new thing.
exactly because like I said, we all were doing work for a company that did advertising on the web, and we, um, you know, I think there were 3 programmers there. We were 2 of them, and we saw that like freaking teenage kids were getting checks for $10,000 a month because they created websites and put ads on them, and they could direct traffic to them.
I remember Akinator.
Okay.
The same time,
Yeah.
that time. It's a genius. You say, you imagine a character
Yeah.
from a movie or animation.
Yeah.
You say, you answer like 5 questions.
Yeah.
And it tells
Tells
you
you
what
what it
character
was.
is.
That's cool.
Until today, it's a big thing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So
Until now,
we knew that people were making money like crazy. All you needed to do was have a sticky website
yeah.
where people would refresh the page.
Yeah.
And so we went into it with the idea like, hey, how can we keep people coming back and playing games and doing stuff like that. So the first motivation was definitely to make money. But right there, at the same time, we were building the game to be a fun game that we would play. Like we played the game. Like we didn't sit there and go like, oh, what's the market want right now? Like I said, when I met them, I was working on a virtual creatures, virtual world where these creatures would interact, and I was interested in things like cellular automata and genetic algorithms where you have creatures that meet, they reproduce, and then the new offspring is a product of the parents. They get there's some randomization of percentages.
Like genes combination.
Yeah, yeah,
and then get characteristics.
exactly. And so I was busy building that, and then making it so that when you interact, when pets came across each other, they might decide to be peaceful and friendly with each other, or they might decide to attack each other and do stuff.
Cool.
So the thing is, we wanted to build something that was fun because high-speed internet was still something that not everybody had. And so we wanted to make something where even if you didn't have a high-speed internet, you could still have fun.
This is a very good point.
Yeah.
The reason why Free Fire is all over the world.
Yeah.
In public schools.
Yeah.
Is because they designed Chinese company called Garena.
Okay.
They design it in a way that it can run in the how we call entry cell phones.
Entry level.
Entry level.
Entry level. Yeah. So the low end phones.
Low end phones.
Yeah.
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 The cheapest phone you can buy today,
you can play
you can have this game.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
The smartphone, at least.
Yeah.
It just need to be a smartphone.
Yeah. So I think that was.
If you have space.
Yeah.
You need to delete a lot of
picture
stuff to get
videos and stuff.
Yeah. But other games, they didn't think about this. They all are developed for PC.
Yeah.
And very good smartphones.
Yeah. Yeah. So and there's a market for that.
They made a yeah. They target one thing, and Garena target something else.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So those were the main motivations: make money and have fun.
Yeah, make money, have fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
At that time, did you play some kind of game you liked a lot? You were not a gamer person?
So what got me into computer programming back in the early 1980s was the coin-op games like Pac-Man, Space Invaders.
Physical, like
you put quarters in the arcade and you play them. So that's what got me into computer programming. And then I played some games, but once I got to college and the games started, the original coin-op games were fun because you put a quarter in, you played the game. When you got really good at it, you could play longer. So your quarter would last longer.
Yes, you can make more fun out of one quarter.
Exactly. And so in high school, my friends and I would go to the arcade at lunchtime, and we figured out, we got really good at our games, and we'd spend just 1 quarter, maybe 2 quarters for the whole hour while we were at the arcade.
This is a nice motivation.
Yeah,
and you don't get infinite coins every day.
Exactly.
Right.
And so what happened though was
Long term.
by the time I got to college, when I would go and occasionally, because I didn't play video games as much when I was in college, but when I would play, they started making games where once you lost, once you died, your character died after 3 times, you could put another quarter in to continue the game.
Continue the game.
So they figured out how to start making you put more quarters in to try to get through to the end of the game.
In the same way.
And so
Yeah.
something clicked in my head where I was like, I'm not going to get sucked into this where they just keep figuring out how to get more and more. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about having fun anymore.
Yeah, so I
It's
stopped
about making money.
Yeah. And then I never got into too many games on the computer. My children and I played
this is critical thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most kids don't have like this critical thinking. This is the same reason why someone using TikTok stops and say, wait.
What's going on here?
What's going on here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to make a curation, a selection of what I'm consuming to make it more useful, and then they stop following viral pages and start following maybe
information
pages,
educational.
This is what I call 5.0 again. But
okay. Good deal.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the one game though that I did play and still every once in a while play. My children and I play. You know the game Diablo 2.
Diablo 2. Yeah. My cousins liked it a lot.
My kids and we love that game.
I didn't see that. Why is it good? It never got me.
Yeah.
No.
What was fun for us was just we could all go into the game, and we weren't parent and children. We were peers. We were like equals.
I don't get it.
So when you're a parent and you have your children, you're the parent, you're the provider, the protector, the provide the resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're the authority,
yes.
Right? In a game, you're all equal.
Equal. You could play with them.
Yeah. We would always play on a local area network, a LAN. So it would just be us against the game.
But the other games, oh, you mean online? Online in computer?
On the computer, yeah.
Computer? Was it online with other people like LAN? Not LAN.
Right.
Worldwide?
So LAN is for just
locally,
right there. That's what we would play. If you do WAN, which is wide area network, which is the web, then you can play against other people around the world. But we didn't do that.
Okay.
We just played like on our own little world. But what was cool was that, my daughter could be there, she's the sorceress and she's got powers that I don't have. So, and then my son has
teamwork.
Exactly.
Diablo had this?
Yeah.
Multiplayer teamwork?
Yeah.
And different classes?
Yeah.
Like
different classes of characters. So that's what was neat, was we were equals.
I would probably love it if I dive more.
Yeah.
Because the game that got me, Ragnarok Online, was all about this.
Okay.
Making parties. Yeah. Parties is it the name?
I think so.
My name?
Yeah.
Yeah, parties to beat a monster that is impossible to win alone.
On your own. Yeah.
On your own.
Exactly.
This felt so good because I could make friends.
Yeah.
And do something amazing, and each one has a role.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is a perfect training for real life.
Yeah. Exactly. Cooperation
it's just a metaverse,
and
like
stuff.
a copy of the real world, but we just changed how things look like.
Yeah.
But the mechanics are all the same.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, that's the thing that was cool.
This is something I think it's so awesome.
Yeah.
This is the real school. Like for me, this is how you build a.
Exactly.
The best school in the world will look like something like this.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I was gonna say what I loved was like my 6-year-old daughter. She, I was in my, I was 35 or something like that, right? And she's over there and she's like saving my life.
Saving your life.
Right?
Yeah,
That doesn't happen in real life,
no,
right?
yeah.
So it's cool.
Wow. Yeah, this is a extra point to
Yeah.
make it fair. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So cool.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't play games just because they're, what we talked about. They're, I was up at
And it took too
uh,
much time.
I was up at Stanford about 5 years ago, and
Mhm.
there were a bunch of at the hotel we were staying at, in the lobby. I met some people, and they were artificial intelligence researchers from Sweden. They were coming. They were over. But they were.
When was this?
This was like in 2018.
Oh, wait, check if it's full. Thank God.
And these researchers, I thought they were maybe going to Stanford to like do some stuff, etc.
Yeah.
They were over at Facebook. And the thing is, all these tech companies have
Over Facebook, you mean they were working for Facebook?
well, they didn't say,
Oh.
but the fact that like Facebook is using AI
Uh,
for on their users,
uh,
right?
very early back then?
5 years ago, sure,
Okay,
sure, probably even before that, right?
Sure, sure.
So the thing to me that's crazy is like using any technology these days where they're using not even it doesn't even matter AI. I mean, games now. I just saw something where some of the bigger games, that Blizzard makes,
Yeah.
they have like 100
Wow.
psychologists working for them
Really?
to figure out how to make people addicted. So I'm not going to sit there and spend my time on any of these apps that are stacked against me. Like they know how to make me keep
Oh,
doing
yeah.
this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't play games. That's why I don't use social media.
Oh my God. They are more, thousand times more powerful than any school.
Yeah, right. Like what you're up against. Yeah, yeah. How do you combat that? Yeah,
We need to bring education to the same level.
yeah. But how are you going to do that when they're
Make it,
driven by money?
yeah, but we can make it be driven by money.
How can you do that?
I even think this is unfair advantage we have because we can make fun games and people are not gonna feel
Oh, bad.
bad playing because
That's
they are
interesting.
evolving. This is
That's interesting.
you feel it like
Huh.
someone didn't realize this yet.
But like you said, the first thing has to be you're
It's
making an
even
awesome game
yeah.
and
We
then
need to beat
education.
them in awesomeness. Is
Right.
a word?
Which, okay,
Yeah,
just right there sounds easy on paper.
yeah. But I
But
can tell you one more thing that works on our favor, and this is my second secret.
yeah.
We have some stuff in our favor that they don't have.
Okay.
One is this non-blame.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Meaning, like in a sense, like, why aren't you doing your homework, or why aren't you?
I'm doing it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And this is one thing. Second thing is we can put this in schools.
Oh,
Not depending on how we do it.
right,
It's
right.
also to put in
You're not going to
schools.
get GTA in schools.
Yeah, and I found one thing. Yeah, they can't. If we do the right equation, we
Maneuvering.
balance it.
Yeah.
They can't. We can.
Yeah.
And one thing more, those who get the kids earlier, they get them the most of the market because
Yeah.
they
That
can use
mind
the
share.
yeah, and they can get also they shape their motivation profile sometimes
Oh, that's interesting.
their motivational design
Right.
profile. Some are explorers, other are social, other are more. There are many profiles, so you can shape them better, understand it better since they are younger, and one more thing that happens that I figured out through my research. When you have a game that is not so good, but everybody in your classroom is playing,
Mm-hmm.
usually kids prefer to play this game than the one that is their favorite
Sure.
because everybody's playing this.
Yeah.
Not my favorite one.
Yeah.
So they change their favorite one to this.
Yeah.
No, there is a social effect. There's one thing more. Uh, once it's useful, we don't need to beat them so much in fun, because the blame effect kind of fills the hole between super fun and fun. Yeah. One more point of the secret is the connection points. Actually,
Yeah.
would be accessible.
Okay.
We can focus a little bit like Free Fire did to make it
Everyone.
affordable and everyone can play it.
Yeah.
And the best games, they can't do this because they are always competing for graphics,
Right.
some stuff that is so expensive,
Right.
to develop.
Right.
Yeah.
So for something like
Minecraft, yeah.
Yeah.
Minecraft is a success for some reasons, but one of them is the social thing about it.
Yeah.
And because it's light, everyone can play with in a very basic computer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now even cell phone.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good deal, man.
Nice.
All right.
This was an awesome talk.
Yeah, this is cool.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
this.
you're welcome. Thank you too. It's
Yeah.
been nice hearing about all the ideas you have. It sounds, like I said, ambitious.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're determined with it. And it seems like you're pulling stuff together. So,
yeah,
make it happen, man.
Yeah, it will. Depending on me, it will.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
And how long your hair gets.
Yeah, true. Nice. Let's finish it. Thank you, everybody. Follow us.
Adios, you guys.
To see more episodes about this, and that's it.
Take care.
Take care. Yes.
I'll let you. Yeah. Wow, I'm impressed. They work so well. Yeah, that was like a couple of hours. Yeah. Which ones are like the top ones?
You rank them.
Yeah.